Go Next are still coexisting though, with 3D Match with Atlas trying to take some shots now.
Yeah, Go Next on the ultimate low there. Atlas really pressuring them. 3D Max, though, fortunately, because they went center so early on, haven't really been able to work their way up towards purples. Hopefully, in this scramble, they can drop down, do just enough damage to pick that one up. Right now, you can see that south side of the map. That is the god spot because of the churn up here on the northern side, the congestion. The final three teams basically stacked on top of each other.
Oh my goodness, not only just lack of purple, but also lack of ammo that they're working with as they drop down here and immediately goes down. I don't think that was on purpose, but the circle closing in forces them to drop here. Go Next, get unlimited in your feeds. 3 squads left, and 3D Max playing King of the Hill, coming out as the successors of that building while staring at Atlas trying to reset. Trojan, though, with no contention, are looking at these two fight without anybody trying to boot them out from being in the middle of the circle.
And Trojan are trying to find their timings here. We do have the Bangalore ultimate going down, and there's really not that much coverage there for Atlas. So Atlas are just going to go ahead and full send it, commit to second, which is the right choice here. But they end up trading. There we go, finishing off 3D Max. Atlas now left in a 2v3. Trojan taking things very slow here to get the finish off. This is a massive game for Trojans. You saw there they had at least 9 kill points to get the plus 12. What a start for Team Trojans.
Wow, with 11 KP, are you kidding me right now? The dub and 11 KP to start off the day.
Leaving us with just 2 squads. It's FaZe with the Kraber versus NAVI on the other side. NAVI, who predicted this zone from so early on, and FaZe, who have farmed the edge of ring.
10 kill points for them with another 3 on the sidelines here. Synetic opened up that last fight with the Kraber shot, narrowly missing there, giving I think one of those players haircuts. For now, though, as they try to go for the peaks, you can see the pre-fire coming out. They know the threat of that Kraber, and the only way to basically win in that duel is hope that maybe you connect with a 3 burst on to that player that's peeking right now. Synetic is taking his time, though. He is right now in the middle of the zone. They have Prio. That's forcing the wall out from Navi.
Oh, this catwall is used, but the knock on Matafi is bigger. Synetic does open things up. He finds the magic bullet, and again, it's a 2v3 now that has just been created by the Kraber. FaZe will take the win in Cenote. They farm the edge of the ring. They find the Kraber shot, and they grab themselves another victory.
This was just a masterclass coming out from FaZe in the way that they rotated, in the way they played this entire hard edge from that northern side of the zone.
Great way to start off after ending it off on Storm Point. And before we make that transition into World's Edge, PassionUA playing off that low ground. See, Blacklist has jumped off from the high ground, utilizing that smoke to get into some extra cover here. And I like the repositioning that we're seeing here from Blacklist.
This is all about timing, just about trying to buy as much time as possible before you use your utility. They don't want to pop that Beast of the Hunt quite yet. And they will utilize the natural cover here and actually dodge a lot of damage. JMW, though, with the difficulty getting up, takes about 50% of his HP from the storm right now. Yuzako has popped that Beast of the Hunt. He isn't able to get a knock quite yet onto PassionUA. They're on the low ground now. It's going to be Hyarka, though, pushing forward. Now they find a knock onto one.
Wow.
I believe that's Trojan getting taken out by that Rolling Thunder. Huge for Blacklist International, stopping the momentum of Trojans. Players now charging forward. It's Blacklist right on top of Artie. Max strafing to go down. This is a huge game now. It was a little bit slow comings for Blacklist, who were able to get Prio on top of Down Beast, but they are converting this position well, charging forward now to finish things off.
Our last 3 squads right here, and Blacklist are looking to take it all. JMW to be the nail in the coffin as Blacklist make a huge play to take the final game onto Storm Point. Big game here for Blacklist, and not too surprising considering the fact that they land in Down Beast.
You got to use this to finish off one person, a singular knock with a bow check headshot. That'll be enough to keep Nessie safe. What's concerning me is that Nessie are not looking up. In fact, they're committing down with 4 squads left. Danish will fall. Nessie play for points, not for the win. Commit to the low ground and lose Noises in the process. Now, with just 2 members left, they continue to commit. Cracked goes into this. CyberCats are going to fall. PassionUA are on the low ground, but you know what this means, Vicky. It means that the Titans, Gaimin Gladiators, are alone on the high ground.
And that's just gonna breathe a free W here at this point. Just a free walk-in for Gaming Gladiators to capitalize as they now take a split position to sandwich PassionUA. Only a matter of time as Gaming Gladiators are your Game 4 winners. Free walk-in here for GG as Nessie decided to just fully ape CyberCats. Go Next playing inside of this building with the Catalyst, FaZe playing right on top of their heads. It's just the fact that FaZe has so many different angles here, way better angles to work off of as Go Next just struggle to see what they can do outside this building.
They don't really have an option to try and do anything other than tank the Watson pylons there, unfortunately. Nice wall there to clear that one out at the very least and push forward, but that utility is used up early on. Arctic, though, on the high ground, takes a lot of damage, will be forced back, and you can see them trying to utilize that timing to retake height, and Nags giving up space as he backs away with that scan, but he's got the Beast of the Hunt pop now. Go Next, trying to split up a little bit here. You can see Kashera still on the high ground, one slap on the left, and they charge forward, but Kashera takes massive damage, falls right on top of the traps, and it's Nags to pick up 2 kills. FaZe Clan now looking to finish it all off. It's going to be a massive game for them at the end of the day. They've already got 5 kill points, picking up more. FaZe Clan taking the win here in game number 5.
In a way better position too than Go Next, playing on the outside of the building, and that's with Nags having no energy ammo in the Havoc. He closed it off with the Hemlock to the very end.
Crossfire being set up by Blacklist International. JMW far back, of course, playing that anchor for his squad. They've done some damage off their right. You can see how they want to move in for these kills. They really don't need to force the issue here as JMW have a beautiful angle onto them right now. They just need one player to actually keep an eye on Vex. And it's surprising how Uchako now on the high ground is almost playing the anchor for them.
Also in the worst position right now is Apex Warlords with Vex looking at them, Blacklist having them pinched in between little to no cover. Look at all the nades. Arcstar, double nades. Only so many places you can hide behind as Apex Warlords are taken out. Uchaku now sends out all the nades himself, seeing if he can juggle them like he's in the circus currently. You see the crack coming in. Huge entry point for Uchaku after he pops Beast of the Hunt. Waiting to the very end after they see that they've left one of the teammates from Vex behind and capitalizing, getting that knock onto Denze. 2 squads left and Blacklist are on a tear to claim another game under their belt. Look at the amount of KP that they have. This is a game that they need to show not only their consistency, but to put themselves in the top 20 overall standings in the leaderboards.
They're on the verge of another massive game. Blacklist International will finish it all off, taking game number 6. And like you had mentioned, they finish off both halves with the win, taking game number 3 at Downed Beast and repeating it here on our 3rd rendition of World's Edge. Beautiful play coming out from that, and honestly, it was some great macro decisions coming out from Blacklist International. The way that they were able to navigate around on that countdown side and find that flank onto PassionUA to win out on that God spot. Beautiful play coming out from Blacklist International. Yeah, the Bang ultimate, the cat walls, everything being utilized here. SSG lose out on Phony as Bleed. As the duo, they were able to recover Shubi, but not for long. It's NRG versus NGNL. They've got the man advantage. They bide their time, and now NGNL are still playing this one extremely safe, not risking anything at all.
Man advantage, Evo shield advantage, even loot advantage perhaps here if Nox still couldn't get the loot there by his feet. And it's because NGNL know exactly where they're at thanks to the Catalyst spikes. They get the beam here on the Havoc, but they're still trying to play this extremely safe without trying to overcommit.
Yeah, no risks whatsoever. We've got 3 KP. We're about to secure 2 more and get the plus 12 here. So NGNL, this might not be the most exciting win, but a win is still that. And you can see now they are all on the high ground. They are chasing them down. They've got the scans to utilize as well. And oh no, NRG stuck on the ringside. NGNL will take the first win of the day.
It was going to happen eventually right there, Jamerson. NGNL were in a game-winning position, waiting for all the other teams.
3-directional battle. LG are the ones with a lot of pressure on them as Falcons do appear to be moving up the hill. But are Falcons going to try and play for a different kind of sandwich? They can play the low ground very effectively, and as long as you keep LG away, you'll cause some serious problems for both them and Yup. Up the hill they go. Zero's not interested in letting these kills from LG slip away, but they're not going to collect any just yet.
Yeah, that pressure actually forces LG onto Yup now and buys a lot of time and space for Falcons as they actually wrap around.
Here they go!
LG making a movement onto them, but they end up sliding straight down into the crosshairs instead. Hell ends up getting traded here, and now Yup need to find the time. They need to go ahead and slide down. They need to be faster to try and punish Falcons here, and it looks like they will have that man advantage. Up now on the high ground here. They've got all the utility to utilize as well. The drop down from Duke to finish things all off. There it is. The knockdown onto Jem Burton, leaving Zero the only one up. Yup, bide their time on that high ground the entire game, and they are rewarded for it.
It looks like the only way that you can really beat Falcons is to take a 3v2 onto them.
And now Complexity put themselves in a really tough spot. It's going to be Board on the God spot with Bleed and Complexity engaging upon each other. You can see the door slowing them down as Complexity now trying to full send and commit to second here.
But they had no other choice. They had no ammo. They wanted to commit to this so that way they had at least something to work with when it came to all the weapons that they could have here in their favor. Meanwhile, uncontested, it's going to be Board looking at all the action between Complexity and Bleed.
The zone's about to close in on this fight as well. Board looking to finally pull the trigger, get involved in this one. They can't let the kill points get away from them. It should be free. Shubi goes down. Complexity now finishing them all off, and it's a clean fight. The armor swap for Lou. It's going to be a 3v3. With a slight advantage in armor, but Board have that high ground. They have the angles to play off of the scan and the utility as well. MJ up top now dropping down onto two, gets the first knock onto Lou, and now Board looking to finish things all off. It does look like the zone might just force the issue here as they hold the angle. They charge in from the other side, and Complexity will end up going down fairly shortly here. Again, it looks like today is about not taking risks whatsoever. Board will not try and force the issue whatsoever. They'll take the clean win.
Board out of the fight at the very end until they knew that they had that in the bag.
Empire pick a fight on high ground and up against TSM. It's Zap that will fall first. The Kraber still in the hands of Arc. Finds a little bit of purchase. A 140 tap almost takes them to the victory. Rex has fallen. TSM is down. Empire still need a reset. There's nobody on their tails just yet, but keep your eyes on Arc as he's getting out-angled, and the Kraber is not going to solve this.
All right, though, Arc was trying to smooth, but it's not going to be for long. There's too much pressure coming in from other teams, and it's only up to Wi-Fi before they are also taken out. It is 2 squads left in a full 3v3 between Board and Not Moist.
It's the two teams, Vicky, from the opposite side of the map. The battle from Skyhook, the battle for Epicenter continues here for the win. Who can dominate the Overlook zone? Which of these two teams that have come so far to do it? MJ's got a good amount of damage down so far, but Not Moist have the time to heal, continuing to be punishing with the Nemesis. MJ slides on forward, Jimmy is down, Guild is down, and Board take control of the game from Sky West to the win. Board take game number 4.
Are you kidding me? 2 wins back to back for Board. 1 on game 3 for Stormpoint. Now to open up World's Edge.
Falcons go down there. TSM were ultimately able to convert on that knock, but now we've got the pileup of teams here on the northern side. Board are there looking to get involved, find some KP for themselves, but it's currently LG just trying their best to survive, maneuvering around a lot of these fences, but they've got the top down drop down from SSG. Wizard Coin Board picking up so many of these kills.
Oh my, profiting after we saw Bleed fall down. This probably opens things up for Board to get into second place right here, but it is TSM that have heights that are looking at the last 2 remaining teams that they have to deal with, which is Board and KCP, but they are kings of Pride Rock right now while playing to split their attention onto what is left at their feet.
KCP lose out on Deeds and Gent. Now it's all TSM to finish things all off and pick up all of the kill points along the way as well. It's a 3v1 to finish it all off, and TSM with an amazing performance here in game number 5. That wrap around to the north side, really showing their experience off of this ring pull, learning their lessons from the last time they experienced it.
Now a Space Station inching forward, Final Circle closing in right behind them, and Fluffy Aimers are the ones on height.
Are going to slowly lose ground there and drop down, but their priority on this zone is incredibly strong. You can see SSG backing away. They needed to top off their coffers. They started this position so early on. Their economy was suffering for it. But now that they've made it here, there is a reasonable expectation to believe that they can actually win out this game. They spotted out, I believe, Zach Mazer still alive for Elevate there on the northern side. But again, can't push out too far because of the ever-looming threat of Fluffy Aimers above them.
I can't believe he is still alive here at a circle like this. If anything, Yup are in the prime positioning, looking at Space Station and Fluffy Aimers, looking at both sides of the rock, playing off the natural cover. E8 finally get eliminated. Zach is gone. Our last 3 squads left here between Space Station, Fluffy Aimers get deleted. It is Space Station 3v3 versus Yup.
Can Yup take 2 victories on the day? They do have the armor advantage. It's red versus the purples of SSG, and it's the height advantage for Yup here as they pop that beast of the hunt. Osivian up top now. They do have to contend with that wall, but it has just fallen now. They've got the utility. They're going to go for that drop down, but Duplex is the first to fall. He does trade away 1 for 1 at the very least. Now through the smoke, Osivian is trying his best, but he doesn't have the perfect scope for this. There it is, the knock on Symphony, bringing this down to a 2v1, and Yup might do it. They get a second win and finish off the day with a huge victory for them.
Sitting on the edge of my seat, I was getting a little nervous watching them play off the cold knockdown, but Yup in the better position, coming through to take the dub. Lo and behold, they won game 2 on Storm Point just to end the day winning the last game on World's Edge.